was a manager, and she was like, okay, why did you come to Taiwan? I said, because I married a Taiwanese. And she was like, okay, so you stole our man and now you want to steal our job.
What?
And then she was just humiliating me for half an hour. Went out crying.
Hello.
Hello.
May I ask what's your name?
My name is Natalia.
Where do you come from?
I'm from Russia.
How long have you been in Taiwan?
Almost 9 years.
9 years? Why do you decide to stay that long?
The first time I came to Taiwan was for learning Chinese. Actually, I was studying philosophy at the university back in Russia. And I was taking this course which was Chinese philosophy. It wasn't a mandatory course, so there were just a few of us. But we have a very good relationship with our professor, and one day she was like, oh, I have a friend and she's teaching Chinese. She's from Taiwan, and so she's taking her students to Taiwan every summer for improving their Chinese. If you want to, you can come with them. And
what a coincidence. Yeah.
And there were three of us who were thinking, Chinese is considered like most difficult language in the world. So it was a challenge, and we were up to any challenge. We were up to new opportunities to learn something new. So, and of course, we should thank our parents that supported our decision. So we came to Taiwan. It was a short-term Chinese course, 2 months. And when we came here for the first time, we loved it. Everything was different from what we have in Russia. The climate is different. The landscape, the mountains, the ocean. We saw so many tropical fruits here that we hadn't seen in our lives. And we tried them and we loved them. Mangoes, dragon fruits, and so on. And everything just was so amazing. So the next year we came to Taiwan again. That was a very good time. But unfortunately, we didn't see any opportunities how we can live there or work there. Yes, so it was just a good memory for us. But then I continued to learn Chinese, and I went to China. And I have a friend of China, and her friend was my future husband, who is Taiwanese.
Okay.
Yes.
Interesting.
Yes. I don't believe in destiny, but I think maybe it was a destiny. Okay. So I met my husband, and we started to talk, and we have a lot in common. But we have a long distance relationship because I was back in Russia and he was in Taiwan.
Okay.
And then he came to Russia and proposed to me.
Wow, so he traveled to Russia just to meet you there?
Yes.
How romantic is that?
Not very romantic, to be honest.
Okay.
Because it was very casual, like, will you marry me? Okay. Just like that. Okay. And so the reason why I moved here almost 9 years ago was that I married to my husband.
Oh, nice. Do you have any kids?
One kid.
One kid. How is it like raising a child as a foreigner in Taiwan?
I think it was hard for me because I don't have any help. So it was me and my child, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. So I thought it was challenging, but people are friendly to those with children here in Taiwan. So, and healthcare is good. So I think it's been hard, but it's a nice journey. Yeah. I'm happy that I had a child here in Taiwan.
So is there any difference in how people raise a child in Taiwan compared to how people raise a child in Russia?
There are a lot of traditions that they have in Taiwan. For example, I don't know, because we are not that traditional with my husband and his family. Yes, I don't think they give us any kind of pressure. So for me, it was like I was doing it my way. So to compare, for example, when he was just a few days old, I took him for a walk, and the aunties saw me and, oh, he's so small. You shouldn't do that. You should be in your house with your child. You cannot be on the streets like with him. No. And I was, the child needs fresh air. Yes, and of course there were many situations like that, but it's really doesn't bother me a lot.
What advice would you give to a first-time visitor here in Taiwan?
Try to go to as many places as you can. Don't just be in Taipei, because Taipei isn't Taiwan. Taiwan is a lot more. When I first came to Taiwan, actually we do a round trip around the island. And I think that if you come the first time, you should do this to know what Taiwan is.
Yeah, what Taiwan really is. During your stay here, have you encountered any difficulty?
I think searching a job in Taiwan or working in Taiwan was really difficult for me. I think that as a foreigner in Taiwan, you're supposed to be an English teacher. Really, a lot of Taiwanese, when they met me for the first time, you're an English teacher, and I'm not. So when I started to look for a job in Taiwan, I have a very bad experience while in interview. Actually, the first one was going very smoothly, but then the company, they said that they were going to hire me, and I think, okay, everything is well. But then they called me and said that there is one more manager and wanted to interview me as well. And I was like, okay. The first one was very smooth.
Well,
yeah. So, but the second one was a total disaster for me, because it wasn't actually an interview. There was a manager, and she was like, okay, why did you come to Taiwan? I said, because I married a Taiwanese. And she was like, okay, so you stole our man and now you want to steal our job.
What?
Steal your job? And then she was just humiliating me for half an hour. And I went out crying, because I've never encountered this kind of situation. I wasn't prepared for it. And then I got another job in Taiwan. I think that if you want to work in a Taiwanese company, and if you have an experience working in other countries, you should be prepared for the experience in Taiwan will be much more different. I remember when I came to the office and okay, this is your working place, so and you have to clean it every Friday. I was, I have to clean it? Why? Oh, because we don't have a person that cleans, so we all clean our office. That was, I was in shock. And so you have to do a lot of during your work, and you also have to do, maybe your manager wanted coffee and he can ask you to make a coffee. But it's not what happened in Russia, in Russian companies. So I was just, why I should do this? And I have an experience that you have to work a lot more than you are supposed to, and you are not getting paid for it. When I went to my manager and I said to him, it's not legal, do you know it? He said, yes, I know. And that's what our conversation.
Wow.
So, and then my colleagues Taiwanese colleagues, they say, you don't have to do that. I said, what did I?
Yeah, what did you do?
Yes, what did I do? I did nothing wrong. They say, oh, that is how the things are here. So I thought this was so strange because it is your right to get paid, but even my coworkers, they don't want it. So in Taiwan, if you get hired, you should treat your boss like a god. But I always thought that company needs you and you need company, so it's mutual interest. Yes. So I just quitted all my jobs in Taiwan.
Interesting story. What is maybe one or two main cultural difference between Taiwan and Russia?
I think a big cultural difference is what subjects we choose to talk about. So when I was working in a Taiwanese company, my coworker, she was back to her seat near me and she was like, oh, my ass is burning. I shouldn't eat that mala huoguo yesterday. And she was like, keep talking about it. And I was like, why do you have to share this information? Yeah. Because in Russia it's a big no-no. We don't talk about this. And so it was literally a big shock for me when my coworkers were like, I peed 10 times in the morning, but I don't want to know this. Stop it.
Okay. And that's a big difference.
Yes, that's a big difference. And when they saw my reaction, they felt like it was very funny, so they kept talking. And it's very natural for Taiwanese girls to say, like, I'm on my period. Mm-hmm. But it's not what can happen in Russia. Mm-hmm. So the girls are very close. It's not something you can say out loud. So I think it's a big cultural difference. And of course now after 9 years, yes, I can talk about it freely. But
you get used to it. Yeah.
When I just came here,
What part of Taiwanese culture do you find mostly interesting?
I like everything that is connected with religion, festivals. I have a lunar calendar here on my watch, so I know that is the ghost month. Mm-hmm. And when all the holidays are, my husband, every time I remind him, the full moon festival is coming, so what should we do? And yes, because this is a very important part of culture. So if you want to know what people here are concerning and what is it, you should more look into the religion. Mm-hmm. You should go to temples. Taiwanese people are very superstitious, and I think it's helping if you know more about the lunar calendar, what they have, and I think it's a very interesting part.
Yeah. It will help you understand them more.
Yes, and it's a big part of Taiwanese life.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So how is it like living in Taiwan as a Russian with this crisis going on?
Actually, I was afraid that maybe some people will say some bad things to me, but the war is going for almost 2 years. And actually, I just met one person who was like, I wish your country will be destroyed and something like that. But most of Taiwanese people are very welcoming and they are very, very nice. Mm-hmm. So they don't judge me even if I come from Russia, and I'm so grateful for that because I know that in some countries Russians are facing maybe a lot of rudeness towards them, but I really think that where you come from don't define you as a person. Yeah, so I think that Taiwan is a really good place for me, and I'm very grateful for it.
What's your favorite Taiwanese food?
I love the hot pot. I really wonder why it is popular in Taiwan, because I think it's more needed in Russia during the winter. And I love the Taiwanese breakfast. Actually, before coming to Taiwan, I didn't eat breakfast at all. I just had a cup of coffee because I need to go to work, so I need to do my makeup and so on. But in Taiwan, there are a lot of breakfast street food. So it's very easy to grab something and have a breakfast. So I love the Taiwan breakfast.
Okay. Do you have anything else to tell Taiwanese people?
I found it a little bit strange that nowadays there are a lot of people who see a foreigner and assume that this foreigner is coming from the USA. I really had it a lot of times. Oh, 美国人, 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 美国人. There are so many countries in the world, not only the USA. So I will appreciate it that you will learn more about other countries, and also that not every country, not every white person is speaking English. My mother language is Russian, so sometimes some aunties, they came over and they're like, do you teach your child English? I said, no. Why? He just learned Chinese, but he should learn your mother language. I say, yes, of course, but my mother language is not English. And they're error. Yeah. And then I'm going like, oh, my mother language is Russian. Mm-hmm. And they're, oh.
Is there any Russian restaurant in Taiwan?
Yeah. Yes, there is one in Kaohsiung and one in Taipei. Actually, there were two in Taipei, but as far as I know, now there is only one. Yes.